It is the Nintendo Powercast, episode 340. I'm your host, N64 Josh, player 2. Crawler, what's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going? Crawl coming at you.
Johnny Bo, what is happening?
What's up? It's Spider-Man Day. I'm wearing a Thor sweater.
I like it. Cheesy, how are ya?
What's going on, Cheese Curds? It's all Spider-Man. I'm ready to spoil the whole thing right now.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Sorry. Okay.
I saw it as well.
That's not this one? Okay.
Yeah, not this one. Not
Okay.
this. Not
all right.
this.
Okay.
So, but I will say this: go see it. That's all I'm gonna say. Go see it. Go see it. Mute everything on Twitter and go see it.
Hence why we
don't watch any live streams.
We are recording
ever.
this and not going live.
Yeah, we already had stuff spoiled for us in live stream. So thank you, internet, for being.
Yeah, don't go on TikTok. Don't go on YouTube.
Stay being you.
Yeah. That's right. So, hey, you know what? I want to say, come hang out in the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. Come hang out with us. It'll be a great time. If you need some last minute Nintendo ideas, head on over to n64josh.com/Amazon. And if you want to get some merch, n64josh.com/store. There you go. We're a minute 30 in, and we're ready.
So I do want to mention
the potatoes. Do it.
The Amazon. I tried to order Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for my nephew.
Yeah, you're part of the problem, Johnny.
It wasn't going to get here until February.
Really?
Well,
that's
what it said.
GameStop should have it in stock. I would.
Did
think.
you click Did you click in my store?
No, I just went to Amazon.com.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, well, maybe I grabbed a bad link or something.
No. It was the official Amazon. Seller link.
Digital's always available.
True.
He's 5.
He won't lose the card.
You got a credit card. You can go buy the redeem.
I did buy him an SD card.
There you go.
Because my sister is not very well versed in these things, so I got her back.
Yeah. Good.
As I say, my nephew's coming to town Saturday, and I know they have a Switch, and I'm gonna have to I'm not gonna be able to. I don't know if they're coming over to my house, but I'll have to take a picture of my library and be like, or just bring them my Switch and be like, is there something you think you'd want to play? Because I probably have way more games than they have, and they can dabble and see what's going on.
Check their pockets before they leave.
True. They are tiny little things that they can.
So it's been an exciting week. We've had an Indie World showcase, which for some it was great, for others it wasn't, and I think we all went in with pretty low expectations, knowing that we probably aren't going to see something that we're super excited about. There was a few things that kind of look cool. I think the one that stood out to me the most was the River City Girls or whatever that
co-op this time finally with or internet co-op at least.
Yeah, so that could look kind of cool, and so we'll get into that. I kind of want to start with some of the stuff we've been playing, though, because a handful of us have been playing some indies. Atari was nice enough to send me Asteroids Recharged, so I told them I would talk about it here on the show, and there was no person I would rather play Asteroids with than my uncle, who introduced me to Asteroids. Is probably one of the first games I ever played in the arcade back in the 80s. And
vector graphics in this one?
The graphics are probably the weakest link, but I got over it pretty quick. They're not like the vector graphics that they were back then. These are more like PNGs, that are just floating around, and then we set a high score of 12,000 doing co-op. You could play together. You only have one life, so it's very old school. You got one life and
got one quarter.
Yep, and you can bring the person back. If somebody dies, there is a power-up that'll show up. There's cool power-ups in this game. It just launched on the Switch. If you are a fan of these classic games, I do recommend it. There's not a lot to the package. It's play Asteroids and go as far as you can. It's pretty bare bones, but it's also if you just want to go for that high score, and I think there's some online leaderboards, so you have that social aspect as well.
Do we know what retail is? Is it $8 or $9 or something like that, or is it more?
I will take a quick peek here, but I want to say they're retailing for around maybe as high as 20, but let's see. Let's see what the old internet says here.
Got my one of 6 Switches just laying around here. I can check the eShop real quick.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Is it Asteroids Recharge? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Asteroids Recharged, and so they have
$10.
So there you go.
What makes it recharged? Is it just that it's on console, or is there more to it?
Yeah, it's upgraded. Like it's new graphics, new power ups, and like the thing is, the colors change throughout. Like the higher you get in levels, your ship changes color. Like it's just kind of pleasing to look at, and the sound is actually pretty decent as well. Like we kind of had it cranked up a little bit. So yeah, there's the trailer running right there. We'll go full screen on that if you want to see.
That looks cool.
Yeah, so it like I said, I wasn't totally in love with the graphics because they're kind of like I missed,
looks like Atari
it does,
or the arcade or whatever.
Right. And so yeah, no online co-op, but like they're you can do couch co-op, and that's what we did, and it's literally just a countdown to see how long you can survive, so that's basically it. So I do recommend it, especially that $10 price tag. There's a number of other recharged games as well. Missile Command is one I picked up last year, and that one's actually super fun. Like I don't know if you guys ever played Missile Command back in the day, but that is like surprisingly fun to kind of go for that high score. And that's the beauty of these games from back in the day. It's like you're just playing for your high score. And then you have the online leaderboards and you're good to go. But I mean, they've got Black Widow coming out. Centipede, I think, is also available. I've heard that Breakout is coming. What's funny about Breakout, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Breakout, and I want to make sure that I'm speaking correctly, but I believe Breakout is, yeah. So if you had a Game Boy, you may have owned a game called Alleyway, and that was Nintendo's version of Breakout. And so I was literally thinking today about, I'm like, why?
Bar in the ball, right?
Yep. Yeah. You've got a little ship at the bottom in Alleyway. Mario gets in it, and you scroll left to right, and a ball bounces off, and you're hitting blocks. You're just taking out blocks, and you want to try to get it up above, and then it just keeps bouncing, and you go for your high score. And then the bonus stages was just Mario, and the ball didn't bounce off those blocks. It just went right through them, and you just try to clear that stage as quickly as possible. And literally thinking about Breakout. I also have it on the NES. I think it's called Arkanoid, and it had a special controller back on the NES that was just like a dial that you would just move left to right. You would just move the paddle left to right. So I don't have that paddle. I have the game, but I don't have the paddle. So Breakout Recharged, I hear, is coming out Q1 next year as well. So some kind of cool super retro games. And again, you can even take it a step further if you want. I have the Atari collection on the Switch, which is like 40 classic Atari games, which is cool.
Is
but
you're on there.
No shot on that one.
It's buried in New Mexico, man.
Yeah, it's in a landfill. But back in the day, Activision kind of dominated the games on the Atari, like Pitfall and stuff like that. Like they literally. Do you guys know why they picked? Let me give you a little trivia here. Do you know why Activision chose their name?
No.
Because AC comes before Atari in the phone book. And that's part of the reason they went with their name, so they would show up in the phone book above Atari. And that's what I've heard anyway. Somebody can fact check me and give us a bad
Aardvark
review,
Games coming at you.
So so kind of cool there. But I know you guys all picked up a handful of indie titles, I believe. Crawler, you picked up the Shovel Knight, right?
Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, which is kind of confusing to play off the bat. Like I've dabbled just a little bit in it. I beat Halo this week and been cleaning up Zeta Halo a little bit, so been playing a decent amount of that. But there was stuff I wanted to pick up on Switch with seeing Shovel Knight come out, and also Lupero, which I had played over the summer on Steam. which I wish had. There's very few games that have that communication back and forth for cross save. I wish more had that option if they were on Steam, but this doesn't. But Lupero is a very different kind of game where it's your character is constantly walking around this loop, hence the name, and there's different tiles that you get that you can put like mountains or field or graveyard or different things that spawn enemies that then power you up and you get different weapons and stuff. And then after you complete so many cycles in the loop, you can fight the boss, and but you can also leave the loop anytime you come back to your starting point. So you have a base camp that you're trying to level up and work your way out of. So it's a kind of cool game. I've only played a little bit on Steam, and I feel like I'll play a little bit more of it on my Switch, being able to walk away and play portably if I need to.
Cool. The other game I did start was Fire Emblem Three Houses. I've started playing that.
What house do you go with?
The Empire. I don't know what the name of it is though. Like,
is it blue?
No, it's the red and black. It's the red and black. Yeah.
Black. So it's the Eldegard.
Yeah, I went with the female Byleth. I just like the character model quite a bit more than the male. And then
waifu.
Waifu over husbando.
I don't even know what you guys are saying right now. And so anyway, I've started playing that. I'm kind of losing myself in it, honestly. Like, I'm really, really having a good. Like, I have to force myself to turn my Switch off and go to sleep at night because I'm like, and I've been playing Animal Crossing on the daily. But the day on Saturday, I completed Halo Infinite, and then my aunt and uncle came over for some game night. That's when we played. I think that's when we played Asteroids. But we completed WarioWare. We had to do the last boss. Like, they came over the first night, we got all the way to the last boss, and then they took off. And so
I think we should check on Josh, because I don't think that's actually Josh. I think he's been taken over.
Completing games.
That actually completes games. Like, what is this?
I know. I've just got this bug with the Switch, man. It's just been we've been talking about doing like a community like backlog throughout all of 2022, where we kind of like maybe
I'd be down to do Fire Emblem, because I'm at
the time change. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm close to the time jump. I mean, spoilers, there's a time jump and I'm close to it.
Thanks.
That game's been out for how long now? That was 2020, right?
3 years, I think. It's been 3 years.
I don't know. But anyway. But anyway, we're talking about doing as a community, like playing through some of our backlog, as well as tackling some of this new stuff. We're going to be talking about.
Came out July 2019. It's been out a while.
Yeah, it has. We're going to be talking about Arceus a little bit more tonight with the new trailer that came out and stuff. So, between some of the old stuff and the new stuff, like, I think it'd be pretty cool though, just to kind of get conversation going in the Discord, and like, just getting through some of these games. I know the four of us. Well, I don't know about Cheesy, but I know the rest of us have a pretty insane backlog right now of.
It's a collection. It's not a backlog.
Okay, there you go. I like it.
I think a good way to look at it is, no, I don't necessarily have a backlog. I was kind of talking about this before the show, that it's really hard for me to buy new games when I haven't finished the one that I have. But I did keep a list this year of all the games that I had finished. And that made me go back and play some games that I may have just overlooked or just didn't give a chance. So if you're somebody who wants to play a lot of games next year and experience something new, maybe just keep a list of the games that you have finished. And it's cool to look back to see how much your range has changed.
Yeah, I think I did that too, but I think my list is like 3.
I have a collection. I don't play them. I just collect.
Yeah, I play them for a little bit.
I want to play Shin Megami Tensei. I just need to get around to doing it.
I have
Deathloop, and I have Guardians to finish, and I have all sorts of stuff. But then
Halo playing the cloud version of Guardians. That's what Crawler's into.
It's the best version. I'm telling you.
I had bugs enough on the PS5 version. Like, I had a problem with a QuickTime event, and I had a random light, just like I went blind pretty much and was wandering around.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's cool. Johnny, you've what have you been playing?
So I also picked up Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon. That's what it's called. I'm a huge Shovel Knight fan. I actually initially backed it on Kickstarter way back when for the Wii U. And
all right. You're getting your plaid and you're getting a little what's the word I'm struggling with?
Hipster.
Yeah.
I'm an OG. I'm an OG.
I liked it before it was cool.
Yeah, and then I bought it on I bought it on PlayStation. I bought it on.
Did
Switch
you buy the amiibo?
Again. Yeah, I have the amiibo. I don't have all the amiibo. I think I'm missing like the gold.
I have the gold guy. I don't have the original guy's hard to find. No,
kind of see Plague Knight and Spectre Knight behind me. So I do have most of them. But Pocket Dungeon, for those of you who don't know, it's a puzzle game. It's not like a match 3 puzzle game, but what you want to do is you want to line up the same enemy type and then hit that enemy to chain combos, and then you can unlock like there's chests that drop down that you get new weapons, you get new abilities, which it's a roguelike kind of. I mean, you can play
the option. You have the option to set it. You can either have it be a roguelike or have it be a standard, like a screen challenge. Like,
but the difference between the roguelike and the puzzle is the roguelike version is if you die, you start over from the beginning. The standard is if the screen fills up, you start over from the beginning. So you're always starting over from the beginning. Like it's a new run every single time. So it's kind of like a roguelike in that aspect. You have to restart with your different abilities and stuff. You get to unlock characters. I enjoy it so far. You find like special areas and stuff. If you enjoy Shovel Knight, I mean, it's a different game type, but if you like those characters in that world, I would recommend it.
Did Yacht Club make it, or is it somebody else?
No, it was in association with somebody else. I forget who it was, but Yacht Club, they published it.
Mm-hmm.
And then cool. The other,
I haven't played Shovel Knight, so I might like hit you up for tips or like which one to start with.
Haven't played there's like Shovel Knight?
I haven't, man. No, why are we judging?
Get the treasure trove. All right.
Okay.
If you want to get Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. It has all of the campaigns.
Get it on Xbox though, so you can play as Battletoads.
Oh,
you get to fight. You get to fight Battletoads.
Hey, I just know they're in there.
And in PlayStation, you get to fight Kratos. All right. But yeah, this is Pocket Dungeon. It's a little bit updated. Like the Shovel Knight, I think it's like 8-bit graphics. This is kind of like 16-bit. The music's awesome. I just love this world and whatever. Like Shovel Knight's pretty much in every single indie game ever made now.
Yeah, Blade Stranger. He's a fighter in Blade Strangers.
Yeah, he's in every single game pretty much. Because that is, I think Shovel Knight's one of the main reasons why indie games are so big today.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact: Yacht Club was one of the first game dev / publishers in like indie devs that I ever interviewed. One of the very
I love their stuff, and they
years ago.
They've been publishing now. They publish some games. They published Cyber Shadow, I think it's called.
Right. Yep.
And that's a really good game. They didn't make it, but they published it.
Yeah.
But I guess the other game that I've been playing, it's Dungeon Munchies. It's one of the games they showed in the Indie Direct.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually made me want to buy it. The Indie Direct made me want to buy it. And it's
cool.
It's interesting. It's an action platformer. And you kill enemies, and then you could cook those enemies to give yourself abilities, weapons. It's a pretty neat little platformer.
Huh, very cool. Cool. Cheesy, what have you been playing?
So I finished Pokemon Pearl. Beat the elite that final champion. So I did the Elite Four, and then you go and fight Cynthia. I was screwed that match, and I knew it.
Spoilers.
But I had a bunch of.
I haven't finished it yet, man. Come on.
So I didn't do any of that. That's not in the game.
The Silk Song trailer is at the end.
Yeah. Surprise. No, it was an intense match because I knew that I was going down, but I had a bunch of revives, so I was just like going back and forth between two Pokemon. And when you revive, you only get half of your health back. So it just went back and forth to eventually where I tired out her Garchomp, I think. And
you're just struggle busting it? Struggling?
Yeah. And then Empoleon was in the rotation, and it got down to a poison jab, and it was like, oh, it's not effective against Empoleon. And I was like, this is my time to strike. And that's when it happened. But I probably did that for probably an hour, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Really?
Yeah.
Who says
like, this is kind of boring.
Nintendo games are for babies?
to go back and forth, like not boring, it was intense, but I was like, I'm not gonna start this whole thing over and fight the Elite Four again. Like, this is happening or it's not. So I finished Pokemon, which actually made me want to go back and play Johnny's favorite game, which is New Pokemon Snap.
Oh God.
I think I've done the tutorial on that game, and that is
that is.
I love that game. I'm still finding interactions with Pokemon and finding Pokemon that I haven't found yet. So that's been
be
really
positive about that game.
Was that a favorite game for you back on the 64?
It was actually.
I was saying, because I only ever played that at like the demo station. I never bought that game. I never actually maybe I rented it once upon a time, but like that wasn't something.
Yeah, I think the nostalgia pool wasn't there for me.
Yeah, I had I had Pokemon Stadium because it came with the transfer pack. I just wanted to see Surfing Pikachu on the big screen because you had to put Pokemon Yellow in to get Surfing Pikachu. But yeah, I didn't.
If you wanted to take pictures of Pokemon, you could have just done. There's a screenshot button in Pokemon Pearl and
yeah. Don't people complain about how crap they look?
No,
click the button.
That game is great. I wish that you would give it another chance, but I get that it's not for everyone because it's just on rails. But part of the fun of it is, I don't know, just like if you were able to take Pokemon in these environments, and I think they did a great job with New Pokemon Snap, even though there weren't evolutions like there was in the N64 version. It's fun each time that you level up that something new is happening. So there's always a lot of replay value.
I think the thing that I didn't like about it is you played the same route. It was the same route. I know certain Pokemon came and it was like nighttime, but it was still the same route. And it's just like, I don't want to do that route anymore.
You can go different routes in the levels.
I got past the tutorial.
That's it. Oh, you gotta complain that. But no, the other
maybe that could be one of our backlog games. All right, I know Josh
has it, and we haven't played it, right?
I haven't got it yet. I haven't got.
You didn't buy it? Okay.
No. I just told.
Is that on your list?
Yeah. For the Christmas list, I was like, okay, I just need to find like first party, second party games that I haven't added to the collection yet. So it's like Pokemon Snap, Mystery Dungeon, Garage.
I know you're a Shovel Knight fan. Are you going to pick up Pocket Dungeon? And try
I was thinking I was going to see,
because it has multiplayer. Is that just local though?
I haven't tried that.
I was showing Jen the game because she's a huge fan of like Wario Woods and those kind of puzzle games. And so when I showed her, she was like, ooh. So I was like, I wonder if they'll do a physical. They probably won't. So,
How long did it take for Yacht Club to put Shovel Knight out physical?
Yeah, it took a minute.
Speaking of physical, I don't think we talked to Cheesy since the Game Awards. Cuphead finally getting DLC.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna finally buy it.
So is it coming out on physical now?
They had always said when Delicious Last Course comes out that they would publish the physical version on Switch. So I would think sometime, what is it, June 22nd? Isn't that when it got
Tentative?
Yeah,
tentative.
Yeah,
That's 6 months away. That's
as
a long
Johnny
time.
said, as it was coming out, I'll believe it when I see it.
Are you guys Cuphead fans?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I need to beat it,
I haven't
but
I haven't beaten it. I've gotten further in the game than I did on Xbox on Switch. So my Switch save file would be the one.
We're brainstorming right
keep
here.
going.
These are all backlog games. We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
There you go.
June 30th, 2022 is.
Speaking of,
that's the last day of the month. So no, that's not happening.
So that's very last day of first half of 2022.
Speaking of brainstorming, I think we do have to talk about Brain versus Brain. Is that what it is?
Big Brain Academy.
Big Brain Academy. Yeah, it makes me feel stupid.
Yeah. So
just play it on easy. You'll feel smart.
I told it my age and I told it what I do, and it challenges me, Josh.
Play it on Sprout. You'll be great.
I'm disappointed in a good way. Like, I kind of wish that game was $60, that they would have put in more time to make it a better game, because it is fun. I think I've played it maybe twice since I have picked it up. And playing co-op is a lot of fun, but there's just certain things about it where it's like, okay, I mean, I get it. I don't know. Like, do you feel that way, Johnny? Because I was playing your Ghost in like the Ghost Trials or whatever, the like where you can go head to head.
Yeah. Did I destroy you?
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. I think I had you on the memory bits, but
I literally, you know how much I played that game?
How much?
The night that it came out.
Yeah.
Like right before we started recording. That's all I played. I have not played it since.
Yeah.
They got Neil Patrick Harris to promote this game.
He's all over the place right now.
Oh, is it because of that? Is it because of the movie? It's probably because it was probably part of the deal for the movie.
I like that movie. Did you guys watch that?
But I think that was his actual family though playing it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, until the end. I won't spoil it.
It's got a message, Johnny. It's got a message.
I wish I was warned. Because that was it hit too close to home, I guess. I don't know.
The Brain Age though, Big Brain Academy, I've only played it the one night. We had an absolute blast with it. We were doing 4-player the whole time.
Yeah.
Or maybe 3-player, I can't remember, but like it started like my oldest son was like, yeah, I'll play. And then he's like, okay, 1 more. Okay, 2 more matches. Okay, 3 more matches. Like he just wouldn't stop, The Switch has been getting a lot of use for us as a party machine. We've been trying to have more like family over and stuff, just hanging out, and like clubhouse games has been getting pulled out. We've been throwing darts and doing bowling, and like
bowling pisses me off though because I throw it too hard.
Yeah, it always tells me don't shake too much. You're just like,
I mean that's what they show it in the promotions as like a party system, and I think it is. There's a lot of games that are, couch co-op party centric.
I didn't know this had tabletop mode versus like that.
It's kind of cool. Yeah.
Also, I wish it was just Brain Age because we keep calling it Brain Age, and not Big Brain Academy.
Yeah.
Like, why did they?
How did
these
two games
so close?
How did 2 game types emerge out of that? Is it 2 obviously separate studios, right? But it's just they're both predominantly on DS and Nintendo systems, right?
I remember it was on Wii and DS if I remember correctly.
One's on phone, I think.
Oh,
I think Brain Age is on phone.
It might be the case. Yeah, it might be the case. And I mean, Brain Age did come out on the Switch in Japan, right? And it was supposed to come out here.
It never got localized, I don't think.
It was talked about, but
Big Brain got the Nintendo treatment of actual artwork on the inside, though.
Oh yeah. And it's a fun little game, but like Cheesy said, it's just a shame that it doesn't have more.
Yeah,
like that's its biggest downfall is that there's just. You're kind of just like, man, there could be a lot more
fun online. It would be fun to play online. Same with
because it's just leaderboards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
same with WarioWare.
I get
those
latency,
games
but like they could time how long it takes me versus how long it takes you, and we could have. There are probably enough different style games that would not need to be
so that's
instant
what
reaction or hide the answer or whatever, like Jackbox style, or and then just whoever reacted same exact puzzle or whatever, and
that's how the online works. Is it's like a ghost trial.
Okay.
So you do kind of go head to head with how that person did in it's either the practice round or like the exam section. So like that is nice. It's better than just having a leaderboard. But I do feel like they could, if they really want to, they could update this game. I don't know, probably.
It was on sale for $15, so I don't think it's selling that well. So I doubt they're gonna update it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Nintendo does their Nintendo thing. It's cool to see yourself
3 years
growing.
3 years later, it'll get the Mario Party treatment, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's cool to see like your brain growing as you're like playing these games and you see yourself progressing. But there's some sections of the game where it's like, okay, I want to get better. Can you show me how? And it's almost like, your math high school teacher just throwing up a problem on the board and is like, just do it. And I'm like, I don't know how. And it would be really nice if you could just show me, how can I get better? And it doesn't do that in the game.
Yeah. Some of those ones, it presents some interesting challenges that made me struggle. And I'm usually pretty good at puzzles and other kinds of things. And there could be a little bit better descriptors on how you approach it. But it's something I almost want to try with my kids, because it does do the different skill levels.
Right. Yeah. And it feels like one of those games that's like, a healthy Nintendo gets to put out games like this, right? Like probably not a massive budget. It honestly kind of looks like a game that you might make as a college project or something, like, and I don't mean that
I actually I like the art style. It's nice. It's charming. It's a charming art style.
Yeah. I mean, I would say you did it as a college project and got an A. How about that? Usually I say you did it as a college project and got an F. So, and that's what's kind of cool. Like, this is the stuff we saw in the Wii, right? This is stuff we saw on the DS because they were.
We literally saw this on the Wii.
Because they were such powerhouse. Like they had so many consoles in the wild that they were like, "Yo, we got the money for this." Versus like the Wii U, where it was like there was 2 games a year, maybe.
Did you see the stats for Japan last week or the first week of December?
I did like for all consoles.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it was like, I don't know, the Switch family with the OLED. The OLED sold like 90,000 units, and then like the regular.
I finally started seeing 60. More pop up like I haven't seen any physically in stores, but I've seen OLED at least pop up on Wario 64's Twitter feed to be able to purchase it.
I think the Switch family sold like 175,000 in a week. And then the PS5 was like 1,000. It was some stupid like difference. So Nintendo is thriving right now.
Well, and we talked about how the Series S outsold, because that's all the news reports, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in America,
because Nintendo doesn't report their stuff very often.
Yeah, and then I get an email from Nintendo's like Business Wire or whatever, and they're like, "Yo, we were actually the top selling console on Black Friday and everything." It's like, okay, cool.
I mean, the Series S, Xbox. I mean, all the platforms are healthy right now. Honestly,
it's fantastic.
It's probably the best, the healthiest gaming has been.
I mean,
ever.
So I went and I was curious how close we were to 100 million units sold, and so as the financials when they came, or the numbers or whatever when they came out at the end of Q3, so going into October 1st, was 92.87 million units. So we're definitely going to be over 100 million units by Q1 2022. Like,
and then
7 million units pretty much being sold around Christmas time. Like, that's easy.
I can't find them in stores. Like they're not easy to find. Not
and
any of them.
You still have big games next year.
And they're doing the Mario Kart bundle again. Like that is moving units again. And
I'm trying to buy Mario Kart. Old
system.
People still don't own Mario Kart out there, so I gotta change that.
Well, I mean, what Mario Kart is at 38 or something now, right? Like right around there.
Yeah,
and it's 38.
Like 38, that's 39. Still like a third of Switch owners, right? Like,
yeah, people need it. You know, they need it.
38.74 million units. So yeah, there's over half Switch owners don't have Mario Kart.
Yeah. So there you go. Go buy it. Mario Kart 9 will never show up.
And we're only halfway through its life cycle.
Listen, next year is Mario Kart's 30th anniversary. It's time to shine.
So it's going to get treated
Breath
like
of Wild, Mario Kart.
No, that is not going to. They're gonna re-release Super Circuit on a Game and Watch.
It's getting Super NES on.
No way. No, Mario Kart is Nintendo's favorite. It's literally their cash cow.
It's their cash cow, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be like, we're going to get like multiple versions. There's going to be a free-to-play Mario Kart.
You're just setting yourself up for pain, man.
No,
it's
Mario Kart.
I don't want Mario Kart Tour on Switch. Keep that free-to-play crap away.
No,
I don't want it.
I will fight you. That is... I want to be able to keep playing Mario Kart. Like I want new tracks. I want all those goodies that they offer.
Yeah, but I don't want
season pass. Not
but
the
I don't want
mechanics.
I don't want the store to look like Halo Infinite though.
No, it needs to look more like Fortnite. Right?
Yeah,
a little more like Fortnite. But
what's $20 here and there? Like it's nothing. It's nothing.
But like, what about
lunches? Two lunches?
We've talked about it before, but like Mario Kart Battle Royale. Right, where it's like
they're never doing it. They're never doing it.
The Super NES mod. You've seen
where there's 99 people all racing and just
get Mario Kart 99 next year.
Let's do it.
I'd be all right with that. I think that would be interesting.
That would be insane.
The netcode can't handle 12 people, so
they're gonna do 35 for Mario.
That's fine. We'll just call it Mario Kart 30. It's the anniversary, and that's how many people can race for the Battle Royale. I'm down. I literally would probably talk Mario Kart every podcast if you guys don't stop.
I think you do. I honestly think you do. You just throw it in there.
I kind of do. Yeah.
You brought it up, Johnny. So
it's going to be Mario Kart Live update. That's all it's going to be.
Oh God.
I did get an update, right?
That's all I see.
You got 2 cups.
I was at Target today. And all I saw was 2 in
they're
the
down to
cabinet.
Like $60 or $70, right?
Yeah, they're super cheap. Man.
Don't talk. I bought both of them. Don't even talk.
People must buy Mario Kart.
Yes.
We need to let them know that people like Mario Kart. They don't know.
Well, have you guys seen the remote control Mario Kart? So I have it. I have it.
Yeah, I got it for William a couple Christmases ago.
Well, they made a giant one. There's one really? That's like triple the size, and I'm like, oh, why do I need that?
The controller doesn't work anymore on the one we have, so it doesn't drive or do anything anymore. But
okay, last thing about Mario Kart, I have finally seen Rainbow Road, the Hot Wheels track.
I saw it once at Target. It's a crappy looking box. It's not shiny or.
Is it like $200?
No, it's 120 or something like that.
I've only seen it on Amazon, and everybody's selling it for $200. So
I saw it at Target. It's $120 King Boo Mario or Hot Wheels for me because they don't have a standalone blister pack of King Boo and he's in my cart too. It's exactly my loadout.
It launches with both of our cart. I mean, it's not the pipe cart, but it's still it comes with Mario and King Boo. I was just like, oh my God.
It's standard cart with King Boo, and I'm like, that's my loadout, and I want it, but it's only the Shy Guy and other people eventually got out of their exclusive pack, so I'm hoping. Like, I have them all set up over there because my wife called me at Target the other day, and but
it'll be a slightly different color or different cart, so you're gonna have to get them both.
Well, I said there's like 3 different Luigis now, and she was talking to me about a different Yoshi, and I'm like, I have a green Yoshi, and it's in such and such a cart, and she's like, well, this is in a Mach 8 cart. I'm like, I don't need that. Like, it's the exact same. Thank you, Josh. Thank you.
This took a turn.
What kite do you use though? Do you
Bowser?
So you got to buy a different one and pull the Bowser kite off of it
Right.
and put it on that one, right?
I have some of them, but I have like a Mario Kart shrine. It's just out of control.
Like I said, I have mine sitting over there, and I pulled them off my shelf because they were just taking more space. I need to get a better shelf for them, but I have them just sitting in my amiibo prison over there as well. So it's like I laid them all out because my wife was calling me at Target and was like, "Do you have this one? Do you have this one?" I'm like, "No, I don't have that one." But like seeing them all laid out, it's like I got a lot. There's a lot of these that came out.
Yeah, I need some tracks. So, Speaking of tracks, let's get back on track and talk about the Indie World showcase. We're just gonna go through it real quick. I have the I'll pull up this screen right here.
There was no Silk Song.
There was no Silk Song, which, like, honestly, like, I didn't go into it expecting to see that.
I didn't either.
Like,
now.
If we saw it, great, but like, I feel like that's where everybody's expectations were, and it was like, you're just setting, like, you're not even gonna like give anything else a chance here if that's all you're focused on, right?
And Team Cherry's moved beyond Indie World. Like they will get a high billing.
They would get the Cuphead treatment. Like Cuphead got shown at the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
They got a song and dance at the Game Awards.
Oh, it was epic.
Yeah.
It was so glorious. So Sea of Stars looks cool. Like, it looks cool.
The Messenger is a great game.
That's the Chrono Trigger one, right? Or
yes.
similar.
Yeah. The
that one did look cool.
Yeah, it's a classic RPG. You know, I'm just looking at all the RPGs I'm currently like. I'm looking at my current.
You got
backlog.
a year. It's fine. You're fine.
It's not even available for quite some time. So yeah. So there you go. Holiday 2022. Gotcha. Okay, but that's but part of what I'm like. I'm RPG'd out right now. Like Shin Megami Tensei is next. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, it looks cool, but but now that I know it's not for a while, like that gets me a little more excited about it.
That's the one thing about this Indie Direct, and I think all Indie Directs, is I forget about these games 99% of the time because they don't release. Most of these are summer,
unless they make a super
later
strong impression, and then then the community at large tracks the progress of it. Like they have to come out. Like I feel like Sea of Stars will probably get tracked by some people just because
it'll probably be shown again too.
Yeah, but also like the pedigree of stuff it's being compared to, like that's going to put it on people's radar that they're going to track it. Like Stealth is probably somebody that's going to champion that kind of game and talk about it a lot.
The thing is if you look back on the history of the Switch and indie games, and you guys, if I'm missing one, call it out. But like, remember the Floor Kids? That was like, that piqued everybody's interest, you know, like everybody was kind of like, but there was also like not a lot coming out as far as I feel like it had its place to shine, where now these indies are like, there's a massive shadow with Arceus and Breath of the Wild 2 and all these other games. But then you've got
like the hundreds of games that are released every week or something. There's some crazy amount of
shovelware
games that are released shovel. So I understand. I appreciate the Indie Directs because I do support indie games. I love indie games.
Sure.
Some of my favorite games are indie games, and being able to see some of these in the spotlight that I think I would enjoy, like that helps me because I don't have to scroll through the eShop for hours.
Right.
True.
Right.
But like where's Sports Story? Because like that was supposed to come out this year and we haven't heard much on that. Like that got hit by COVID delays, but like that is something. Golf Story was a darling of early Switch, and it was something that was supposed to be Wii U release and got pushed and then ended up being a real shining star early on.
That's another one I have to beat, Golf Story. So
I fell off that as well. That's
good.
Backlog.
Yeah.
You're making notes, taking notes.
But yeah, I mean, this is kind of like either you have to come out and have a really strong showing of super early kind of cross-sectional showcasing and have a way future release date, or you have to be and it's out now kind of deal in these. I feel like to make a strong impression. because these middle groundings, like they're out maybe middle of the year next year or first quarter, like there's some stuff, but also like some of the stuff only hits certain people's fancies. So unless you have that wide, broad, kind of catch a lot of people's attention, you might fall under this, oh, I forgot that came out kind of deal.
The thing is, we had games like Celeste that like generated so much buzz. Hades, I feel like, generated a ton of buzz. Was it Dead Pixels? Is that the name of that one?
Dead Cells.
Yeah, Dead Cells. That was another one that just, it seemed to generate buzz, right? Like,
wasn't Hades was Hades was an out now kind of game, wasn't it?
And it was a console exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was already out on PC. It was out on PC.
Okay.
I think the Epic Game Store had it, and then it came to Switch for a year. I think exclusively.
Something, yeah. And
Cheesy, what did you say?
Untitled Goose Game.
That's another one, right? Like there were so many that were just like they were able to like shine through that shadow that's being cast by all these other games. And I don't feel like there was anything out of this direct that it was like, yo, this one's on my radar for good now, right? Like there's plenty of them that look good, but I also feel like what's happening with a lot of these indie worlds is it's like, and now this is finally being released on the Switch, right? There are these games that have been out, and
they've been out on Steam for a really long time. Not usually they're on other consoles. They've been on Steam for a long time, and then they find their way to Switch.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I don't want this to come across like it's a like we're down on it. It's just it doesn't seem like there's, and I don't think it has anything to do with the games, the devs, or anything like that. I just think, I mean, we're literally talking about backlog because there's just so much out there. Like there's. Stuff's borderline saturated, right? When you're like, we've talked about like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I would love to play. That's a kind of game I would totally play.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I going to find the time at this point for that? Right? I got Shin Megami right here, unopened. I'm just like, oh, I want to play it. Like, I mean, it's a great problem to have. Don't get me wrong. It's a great problem to have, but like, how many I've there's been countless indie games that I've purchased and I've never even played them.
I'm looking through my catalog here a little bit, and there's like Bomb Chicken was one that like stuck out a lot of, like, I don't know if that was Indie World or if that was on like a regular direct. There was one, what's the Viking?
What about Atlantis? Whatever. What was?
Oh, the one that's always on sale. For like $1.
You know what I'm talking about? Hate Zero's favorite game. Atlantis or Atlas. He hated. I got copies for us, and he was like, "This is the worst thing I've ever played in my life."
Some of these games did look good. Like Figment 2 looked really good. I liked the idea of the music, and I kind of liked the music that they. I think that's the rhythm one, right? Is that the one that has the demo? One of them has a demo.
Yeah, in February.
Okay, yeah. So that's the rhythm game.
The game launches February. The demo's out now.
Yeah, and there was I remember an old indie direct was Bad North. And that was out now that day, and I bought that one. That one was fun to play.
These are better for out nows.
Yeah, I feel like Super Blood Hockey was a good showing. I don't know if that was an indie world or if that was a regular direct, but like there's some of these smaller titles that like when they stick out, and the community, I feel like, usually rallies around them in a positive way.
Endling Extinction is Forever was like, that one seems so dark. Like playing as the last mother fox and like trying to keep.
Yeah, I don't even remember what that is. That's your
puppies alive.
It's all a blur.
Well,
Ollie World.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be one of the bigger titles that comes out of this.
I loved Ollie 1 and 2. I highly recommend you play those games. It looks like Ollie World is a lot different than 1 and 2. But I used to be like top of the leaderboards on the 3DS.
Really?
For Ollie.
Well, brush that dust off your shoulder there, Johnny.
I know. I used to be good. I used to be good at that.
He just brushed it off by flexing. He just flexed and that dust went flying.
The world.
So for me, these indie directs are great, and I'm glad that we have them. But if we're being honest, we know that not a lot of people watch them compared to regular directs. And for a while, it did seem like they were wanting their indie directs to be like a Nintendo Direct with like one or two big game announcements. Like I think the one indie direct that we had was Cuphead and that Legend of Zelda game that I can't remember now.
Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah. That was a big indie direct. And then I think the next indie direct we got was Ori. So it always seems like there is kind of this last big game. And was River City Girls the last big game?
Amori is. Amori is actually a very popular game on Steam.
Okay. So I don't like, for me, I don't think that there was a lot that I was interested in. But again, it's also just small clips, and then there's some games in the sizzle reel that may have been overlooked. So just need to give it a second chance and see if anything pops out. But yeah.
I mean, River City Girls 2 from Way Forward,
Mm-hmm.
They are like, don't miss anything from Way Forward.
Yeah.
Like that is my recommendation. Anything that Way Forward puts out, you don't want to miss, and that beat 'em up looked fantastic. Like it took me back to like the Final Fight, those old Capcom beat 'em ups, which I thought were great. So yeah, I mean, even the locomotive, where it was like locomotive, like I love the play on words, and then the graphics on it looked cool. But
it's a point and click, though. I feel like that for me, I mean, that's not something very interesting.
I'm right there with you, but I mean, I spoke with a publisher not too long ago, and they've published some games like Lake, which is available on Game Pass now, and their whole focus is just like chill games, like where you don't have to lean forward, and some people love that, where like you could probably play that locomotive game while you're, if I think some people were saying if you're a fan of Ace Attorney, it might be something that you're into, right? But yeah, here's River City Girls 2. If you guys
I picked up Dungeon Munchies because I think I was just hungry while watching. Because it was lunchtime and I was hungry while watching it. I'm like, that looks fun.
Eat monsters. That meets your. That helps.
I also love the pixel art. I love pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes,
it just throws me. It's nostalgic for me, and then usually they have the chiptune music, and it's just. I love it. I love it. So, like, I'll probably pick this up just because Way Forward and the graphics.
Yeah, absolutely. It really does. It reminds me of. It really looks like the Turtles games, honestly.
Yeah.
Like that's the vibe I get from it.
I think that's what
Nintendo,
most. Speaking of Turtles, like that's what a lot of people were calling for.
Where's the Turtles game?
Yeah, I feel like they've shown us everything though.
Mm-hmm.
Like they showed April. They kind of like they're like, okay, guys, we'll see it when it's ready. But
the biggest thing they need to talk about is if they can manage to pull off online multiplayer, because they've said, I think right now they've said no, but hopefully that's something that can come out of a delay. I don't know how easy that is to add in, but it'd be nice.
Talking with if you guys want to check out the Beamable Game Dev podcast. Coming soon is an episode with some of the devs from Killer Queen Black, or one of the devs from Killer Queen Black, and his advice was like, "Yo, if you want online in your game, make sure that's like one of the first things you think about, not something that you try to think about after the fact, because it's tough when it's an afterthought." So You got more.
This is Sea of Stars. This is what we talked about earlier. But it looks really good. It's coming out so far, and it's set in the Messenger world. I think they said as well.
It's a prequel. It's a prequel.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, well that's cool. I mean, again, it looks fantastic. It's just. I was just as I watched it, I'm going. I'm not gonna have time. Like, if I'm gonna play an RPG right now, like I still got Dragon Quest.
Yeah, I have Dragon Quest to play too. Yep.
Like, there's so many RPGs. So
I think we'll have a slew of games that we could do for this backlog thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I want to finish up both the Bayonettas before the third one comes out. Like, I've got like. I'm like 3/4 of the way through both of them, and I haven't.
I haven't even played 2. I bought it however long ago when it came out, but like I sat down to play 1, and I think I fell off as well. But I mean, this trailer looks so good, though.
It really does. It really does. So, and watching it again too, like it gets me a little more hyped. And the thing is, this was the first game of the thing, and I was still trying to get my stream all set up correctly, so I didn't get to see a ton of it either. So. It does look.
Yeah, we have a while yet. That's not coming until next year.
Right.
Next year, this time.
Yeah. So moving on from the indie showcase, we did see the. I want to make sure I get the name right, but it's the kart racer that's coming out.
I got that ready for you too.
What is it? Chocobo GP? Like what are your guys' initial thoughts on this one? Like, did
we see this? We saw this on a direct.
We saw this on the main direct last quarter, I think.
Yeah, they just put out another like full trailer or something. Like this is just showing some. I mean,
kart racers are so hard to have the right feel. Like,
so I don't care about Final Fantasy, so I don't really care about that.
I mean, it's roller skating chocobos. I mean, and then some, but like, even going to the crash racer, like that's the closest that feels to like a polished racer. But like the Sonic racing, I didn't enjoy too much. I'm trying to think of some other ones that are out there, but it's like
Hello Kitty Cruisers, Nickelodeon kart racers,
Nickelodeon kart racers.
Yeah, but like, I mean. And I was talking about this even before we started, like with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl or whatever it's called, and then we have what's the Warner Brothers one coming out? Multiverses, and like that's not even going to be on Switch, but like arena fighters like that don't have the same like weight and feel to them that Smash does when you connect or do a hit or like they feel so just unpolished in comparison. So anything compared to first party Nintendo stuff sometimes just feels off.
Yeah, and we know we're not going to be getting Mario Kart in March with that game coming out.
I know. They're like, it sold 38 million. We could get a third of those people.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it again, I got no nostalgia for that series. It's like, I mean, it would be like if we were like, "Yo, we're releasing Street Fighter Kart Racer. Are you guys ready?" Like,
I would be down for that. That
would be
awesome.
Interesting. Make it like Road Rash.
Okay, let me pick a different.
Blanca?
Okay.
Electrocuting everybody.
All right, Dragon Quest Kart Racer, right? Like.
Hey, I like generic hero 1, 2, and 3. All right.
Yeah, do you? Okay, that's who.
You know what's weird? What's weird about that Chocobo game is that it doesn't have Final Fantasy in the title. It's just called Chocobo GP.
GP. Yeah,
it's weird that they wouldn't.
But I mean,
I don't know. I'm not a marketing wizard, so
the thing is though, the Switch is healthy. This game's probably gonna do well for the.
Is this Switch exclusive?
Maybe.
I think it is actually.
It is. I'm looking. I'm seeing if it says exclusively on the Nintendo Switch in March, so it might be timed. And so, you know, it's just I know there's going to be some people that are stoked about this, but I mean, the Final Fantasy inspired kart races will feature both local and online multiplayer and online tournaments, which will feature 64 player support in a Chocobo GP mode. And so, it's got some cool stuff, but even just looking at it after playing games like Sonic Racers and stuff like that, like nothing really feels like Mario Kart. Like Crawler said, Crash kind of feels close, but it's not. It's still
different
not.
mechanics, so it's hard to switch back and forth, and it's
yeah. And but like I said, if this was, if this was Diddy Kong,
yeah, that's been extinct since it had a small resurrection.
I don't think they own the IP, right? I think that there's some weird licensing.
It is weird licensing because it's Rare / Nintendo.
But at this point, either they team up and let another studio develop it, and it comes out on both Xbox and Switch,
or at least comes out on Switch Online. At least,
just put the N64 version on Switch Online, like
for sure. But they call it Rare Racers now. So if it's like, why would
is that what came out on DS? Is that what it was called?
No, it was Diddy Kong. So that so I mean, they've still played nice with Xbox and Rare for quite a while.
Better together, right? Or whatever.
That's right.
Used to say.
That's right. But I mean, you could do a Diddy Kong Racing with just Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong, like Donkey Kong Country characters, like.
But hey, I wouldn't be upset if Joanna Dark showed up. I mean,
in Diddy Kong Racing, that's
some pirates in a pirate racing cart. I mean, come on, let's combine everything. Battletoads.
Hey, there you go. So yeah, it's such a weird game, but I'm also like, I'm okay with Nintendo getting weird, right? And these companies getting weird and putting this stuff out. Like I'm cool with it. I'm cool with. You got Arceus pulled up next? Yeah. So here we go. We'll take a peek at the Arceus trailer, the new trailer. So we get some new information here. I'm gonna go with Cheesy first, being the Pokemon fan, and Johnny, will hit you up second because I know you guys are more of the Pokemon fans than Crawler and I. What do you think about this? Are you more excited for this after seeing it? Like, personally, I'm just ready to jump in after the last game. I want to see what this is going to be about. I want to see how it's going to play. It looks pretty rad. Like, where are you at, Cheesy?
I think this game is a huge upgrade for what we're used to seeing with Pokemon. And I believe the Pokemon company called this a mainline game, which is very interesting. So I'm excited for it, but then there are scenes that I think are going to kind of chug a little bit when you're talking through to everyone. Like, I'm kind of concerned that there's not going to be, the music behind it, or it's just going to be this like slow nodding of a character, and it's not very animated. That's my big concern when it comes to the narrative point of the game. But like, going around in the wild and doing somersaults and catching the Pokemon yourself, this game looks awesome, and I can't wait to play it.
Johnny, where you at? Are you more excited, less excited?
I'm definitely more excited. I mean, I was kind of down. I think I was kind of down on the Diamond and Pearl remakes because it was more of the same in my eyes. But this looks different. It looks like a different experience. I'm not that concerned about performance. Zelda chugged in some areas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I still think that's one of the best games, if not the best game ever made. And I was a little worried about the world and the art style, but then somebody said that it's like based off of old oil paintings, and I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I mean, so Okami, right? Kind of that kind of style.
Yeah, and then people are saying that the world looks empty, and it looks like
it's supposed to be though, right?
It's like if you go out into the world like right now, like if you just go out in the middle of the freaking woods or something, you're not going to see animals everywhere, right? They're going to be spread out. They're going to be sparse. There might have more trees, but I don't know.
I mean, this seems like it, like just that, like live action or the live real time fighting of that bear Pokemon or whatever it was, it seems like it becomes a puzzle fighter, kind of like you got to get out of the way.
You can get attacked and faint.
Yeah,
you personally can get attacked and faint.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
so. I mean, I know there's going to be battling between you and wild Pokemon to try to catch them, and that your main job responsibility from your professor, right, is to, or the organization that you're representing or whatever, is research, right? So you're trying to see Pokemon, but like, do we know if there's going to be trainer versus trainer battles in this? Because not a whole lot of people in the time frame or whatever are catching and battling Pokemon, right? They're just
there's two clans. Like they confirmed there's two clans. There's Diamond and Pearl clans now. So I would assume that there's battling. And is there animated cutscenes? Because that would be amazing.
Dude, that's what I'm loving about Fire Emblem is the cutscenes are like full on animation, and so seeing that right there, like, bring it on, bring it on.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for this game. I love Pokemon, man. I love Pokemon. I'm so happy. I'm wearing a Pokemon hat. I wear a Pokemon hat like every day. I actually was at the movies and I was talking to the bartender, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to be a gym trainer at Wizards of the Coast." Because he recognized my hat. I'm like, man, I love Pokemon. So I hope this is good. This is good.
Based on what we just watched, maybe you can play it again, Crawler. What do you guys think we're doing? Like, I think this is breaking the mold a little bit. I don't think it's going to be like, go to this gym and then level up and then go to this gym. Like, it looks like kind of a new experience, and it looks to kind of like be a little more fresh, and I'm on board. I'm on board with this. If it's more focused on like hunting, capturing Pokemon, and then doing some kind of like boss fights, because it almost looks like they're like cursed, and then like you befriend them or something, right? Like
I'm sure there's going to be different zones, and you're going to have the agitator or whatever of the region that you have to work your way investigating and gather enough information so that you can attack and or capture said Pokemon, and then that will free you up to go back to your headquarters and then go off on another expedition or whatever.
The one thing that does worry me about this, I think they're trying to entice people to buy this game. I think they just confirmed that if you have Diamond and Pearl save data, you get a special quest post game for Darkrai, which is a legendary. So I think they're trying to get people that already, bought into other Pokemon games to come over here. So it makes me feel like they're not confident that it will sell on its own.
Well, they did that for. I mean, they had incentives in Smash if you had Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. They had incentives in Sword and Shield if you had Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. I mean, that's nothing new that they give you things if you have the save data from their previous title.
I think it's trying to entice people to buy Pearl and Diamond.
Yeah, because it's the same region. I mean, I think people are more excited for this than they are the remakes that just came out.
And honestly, I think if they did a sale of Diamond and Pearl, like end of this month,
just came out, right, Josh. After... That doesn't exist in
they're not gonna do a sale. Are you? How long have you been a Nintendo fan?
All I'm saying is, how often do we see a release of a Pokemon game, and then literally 2 months later another one that's tied to it, right? Like, I don't know.
Pokemon.
That's three. I count three different Pokemon that are
these entertainment franchise. They don't need help.
They don't do sales. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
These battle scenes look so good.
Yeah, so that's three different like alpha Pokemon that you have to probably go find. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah,
they look there. Like the real deal. Like as close as we're gonna get to real Pokemon fighting and their move sets, and instead of just the same animations that we're used to, it looks like they're really trying with this game. And I almost think that it's kind of what they wanted Sword and Shield to be. And maybe they just weren't there yet, or they decided that
not actual gameplay footage.
No.
So none of this is real then.
Well, no, just that.
Yeah. I was joking. But no,
Johnny's
who knows?
Just for Lucario walking around with him.
I thought they were going to announce a Switch Pro with this, and you were going to see like a full lush forest.
Well, Pokemon.
It's the same trees, Johnny. It's the same trees.
Does the Pokemon Company have a direct in January usually, like to start?
They usually have one early in the year.
So I mean, there's a possibility this doesn't come out until the 28th.
We got to learn about Pokemon Sleep too.
Yeah, I'm assuming we'll get an actual direct for Arceus, because it's a big release. It's a Pokemon title, so
yeah, we want them to like sell this game, like sell us this game, right? Like,
can I transfer my $40 skin from Pokemon Unite into this game? That's what I want to know. Lucario is in the game.
No, literally every time you mention that game, all I see is that meme that's like, got him, like every single time you mention that skin.
We got our our Nintendo summaries. Pokemon Unite was my second most played game, 106 hours. So like,
I would say Smash was my most played game last year.
Yeah, Smash was
for this year.
Me.
I think Smash was mine as well. So, well, there you go. I think Arceus looks pretty cool. Like,
I wonder what it's gonna do with the one version. I wonder how well it will sell with only one version, because they always combine the sales for the two versions.
I think it's more. Well, the thing is that even the mystery dungeon, right? Wasn't that two versions when it first came out? Wasn't there a blue and a red one?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. Now that didn't
not
happen
on the Switch.
That didn't happen on the Switch.
Only one.
I think it combined both games, if I remember correctly. But I don't know. I think it's gonna do. I think they're putting it out the best possible time of year, like right at that end of January,
when
like,
people don't have money. Yeah, that's the best time to put it out.
Well, it's also getting the Resident Evil 2 remake treatment, like that time of year. If you put out the game, then everyone is talking about it and playing it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, there's not, like, in this window, there's not really any big releases right now. And Nintendo has been consistent with their January releases. Like last year with Mario, it was Bowser's Fury, and like they don't. I think wasn't. I want to say New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe was in that window.
And then there was like, I think Tokyo Mirage. It was like mostly ports. They've been doing their ports.
Yeah.
In January, February.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's hitting at a right time. I think there's still. I mean, I still see people playing Pearl and Diamond in the Discord, and like, doing some trading.
I didn't beat it yet.
Like,
maybe I'll do that on my time off.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to, like, it looks. I don't know if I can like if literally if we were getting a new mainline game that close together with, like, I'm like, no, if the formula doesn't change, I'm gonna have a hard time even going through another Pokemon. At least right now, I feel like that way. That could change 6 months from now.
I feel like you consumed Pearl so quickly. It was Pearl you played, right?
Yeah.
You consumed it so quickly, like, and you were engaged with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the same region, so I think you're gonna come across these ancient areas that you're gonna recognize, and I think you might, because it's so close, that I think that's gonna benefit you. It's
funny you think I pay that close attention to where I'm at in the region.
True.
I'm just like, where do I go next? Where's the icon? I'm out of here.
Hopefully, how do I over level my Pokemon?
Yeah, I'm like, how do I find this lake again? I know I had to have been close. And then I'm standing on the edge of it and I'm like, man, I can't go in this water. Oh yeah, I can surf. I forgot, like that's me playing Pokemon. So, but yeah, I think leaning into the Pokemon brand, doing something that's like different from the mainline games and coming out where there's not a lot of games overshadowing it and a lot of people are going to be talking about I think it's going to be in good shape. I think we're going to play it and we're all going to be like, yo, this is not what we were expecting from Pokemon. And it's actually super fun.
You actually kill the Pokemon. It's real dark.
That's rated M.
Burn them inside their wooden Pokeballs.
Wow. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hey,
all right.
You got to stay warm somehow, right?
That's
What a game to kick off Nintendo's 2022 year. That's going to be a big year.
Yeah, this is a game of year contender. Just wait and see. You guys.
Same trees.
Right.
Same trees.
We're an hour 15 minutes. Thank you guys so much. If you're still listening, we appreciate you so much. I should have mentioned this early on because most of you are probably already gone. But I always do I sing Christmas carols every year, and that's going to be happening. I'm just going to go out here. I was trying to decide the date, but I think it's going to be happening tomorrow on Friday, I think. So
it's a week before Christmas, kind of.
Yeah, I all of a sudden the month
next week is Christmas. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
I should probably get some gifts, huh?
Yeah.
Probably should do that. So if you guys want to come hang out, twitch.tv/N64Josh. We'll be doing Christmas carols. Let's shoot for 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's when I'll do it. So, and I've been practicing Santa baby, you're the one. Right, there you go. So
good news for all of you listening now. That means Josh actually had to publish and put out this video and the audio tonight. Because he's promoting something for tomorrow. So if you're listening to this, probably go to twitch.tv/N64Josh, and he's probably singing.
He just released it. You're already at an hour and 15 minutes late.
You're already late. All right. Okay. Bye, everybody. We'll see you guys in the next one. Later.